This script is designed to be engaging, mysterious, and ultimately grounded in fact, perfect for a deep dive YouTube video. It balances the legend with modern reality to keep your viewers hooked until the very end. YouTube script: The Bermuda Triangle, a legend vs. reality. A Part 1, The Hook, the disappearance of Flight 19. A narrator: December 5, 1945, 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers, known as Flight 19, roared off the runway at Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale. It was a routine training mission. The sky was clear, the pilots were experienced, but a few hours into the flight, the radio crackled with the chilling message from the mission commander, Lieutenant Charles Taylor. Everything looks strange," he said, "even the ocean. We are entering white water. Nothing seems right." A narrator: They were never seen again. No debris, no oil slicks, not even a life vest, and the rescue plane sent to find them, it vanished too, just minutes after takeoff. This is the moment the world first learned to fear a patch of the Atlantic Ocean bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. We call it the Bermuda Triangle. But in 2026, with satellite tracking, GPS, and global surveillance, is this Devil's Triangle still a threat, or was it all just a masterclass in myth-making? The geography of the grave. A narrator: To understand the threat, we have to understand the terrain. The Bermuda Triangle isn't just a flat patch of water, it's home to the Gulf Stream, a massive underwater river that moves faster than most people can run. Imagine dropping a piece of evidence into a river moving at 5 miles per hour. By the time rescuers arrive, that evidence is miles away. Beneath that current lies the Puerto Rico Trench, one of the deepest spots on the entire planet. If a ship sinks here, it isn't just underwater, it is effectively in another world, miles below the reach of sunlight. A narrator: For decades, this area has been blamed for hundreds of disappearances. The stories are legendary. The USS Cyclops, a massive collier ship that vanished in 1918 with 306 people on board. No souls, no wreckage. The Carol A. Deering, found ghost sailing in 1921 with the food prepared on the tables, but not a single soul on board. The supernatural theories. A narrator: When logic fails, the human mind turns to the fantastic. Why did the compasses of Flight 19 spin? Some say magnetic anomalies. The triangle is one of the few places on Earth where true north and magnetic north align, which can confuse a pilot who isn't prepared for the shift. Others look deeper. Literally, the legend of Atlantis often surfaces, suggesting that ancient, high-energy crystals at the bottom of the sea interfere with modern electronics. And of course, there are the UFO theorists, who claim the triangle is a portal or a harvesting ground for extraterrestrial visitors. A narrator: While these stories make for great cinema, they lack one thing: evidence. So, let's look at the science that might actually be guilty of these crimes. The science of the hexagon and methane bubbles. A narrator: Scientists have proposed 2 terrifyingly real culprits. First, methane hydrates. Massive pockets of gas trapped under the seafloor can occasionally burp. When these giant bubbles rise, they lower the density of the water. If a ship is directly above it, the water can no longer support its weight. The ship doesn't sink, it falls through the ocean floor. A narrator: Second, rogue waves. In the triangle, storms from different directions can collide, creating walls of water up to 100 feet high. These waves hit with the force of a falling building, snapping even the largest cargo ships in half in seconds. The modern verdict: is it still a threat? A narrator: Here is the truth that might disappoint the conspiracy theorists. According to the World Wildlife Fund and Lloyd's of London, the Bermuda Triangle is not statistically more dangerous than any other high-traffic area of the ocean. Wait. Then why do we still hear about it? A narrator: Because the triangle is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. Thousands of planes fly over it every week. Hundreds of cruise ships and cargo vessels pass through it every day. When you have that much traffic, you are bound to have more accidents. A narrator: In 2026, the real threat isn't a portal or a sea monster, it's the sheer power of the Atlantic. While we still see occasional tragedies like the SS El Faro in 2015, which was lost to a hurricane. We now have the data to prove that the mystery was largely a product of 1970s sensationalism and a lack of real-time tracking. Part 6, The Conclusion. The sea never forgets a narrator. The Bermuda Triangle isn't a supernatural death trap, it is a reminder of how small we are compared to the ocean. We have mapped the stars and sent rovers to Mars, but the deep trenches of the Atlantic still hold secrets we can't fully grasp. The threat today is the same as it was in 1945, human error, unpredictable weather, and the unforgiving nature of the deep blue. The legend may be dying, but the ocean is very much alive. Narrator, what do you think? Is there something the government isn't telling us about Flight 19? Or is it time to lay the legend to rest? Let us know in the comments below. Final high value next step.